What about the killer? We already looped them. Well, we lost one, yes, but what about the second killer? Don't think he knows about the second killer, Dwight. Welcome to 2v8. The game mode is finally here, and there's just so much to talk about. You know, I'm going to start with a little bit of Survivor match because A, most people have been posting killer videos, so you might want to see a little something different. And B, I waited literally 10 minutes to try and get into a match as a killer, but no doing. I mean, when you need 8 survivors per lobby, there's kind of a deficit of survivors, so I'm gonna just jump in and answer your frequently asked questions first, because there's so much to talk about, I don't even know where to start. So first of all, yes, it is very fun. 2, yes, it is very confusing and very chaotic. And 3, no, it's not as one-sided as you might think. Now, I don't know what you think it might be one-sided, whether it's killer or survivor, but it's been about maybe like 60-40 of me dying versus escaping. It's definitely like I've lost more than I've won, but it's not super... Like, there's definitely been like times we've been absolutely stomped and times when, you know, the killers have gotten a single kill of 8 people. So, you know, it's not as one-sided as you might think for either side. Now, I guess I'm just going to start talking about things, just jumping in, and you're going to see a lot of stuff happening, and I'll get to it all in time, but if I try to point out, okay, well, if you look here, you can see this, and if you look here, you can see that there's just too much. I can't do it. So let's start with, what are some of the differences? Now, if you look at the perks, down at the bottom, you'll notice they're not the standard-looking perks, and that's, so killers get their own set of, okay, before we talk about anything else... Oh. I found a bug. Look at you. You're not the only one that can fly around here, nurse. I can do it too. Well, that was fun. Oh, I wasn't revealed. She was just smart. All right. Switch sheet. Okay, woohoo. Yeah, what was I gonna go about? I don't know, let's talk about some of the differences I can talk about while we're running. Right, perks. Each killer has a set of specific perks for them. Survivors have roles, and each survivor has a default role, but you can, like, pick whatever you want. So for instance, like, Yui, her default role is escapist. Hi. Yeah, okay, sure. We can do this. Rebecca is obviously healer. Dwight is leader. Jonah here is scout. But you can pick anyone you want. Like, if you wanted to be healer as Jonah, go for it. Like, you know, it's just like, you know, survivor perks. Anyone can run anything. It's fine. Kind of zoned out here between a bear and a nurse place. There we go. Here's a gen I can work on. But I'll talk about all those perks afterwards, because I figure it makes sense to see the thing, and then you can be like, oh, okay, here's what they all do. So we'll talk about that after the match. Gens. If you've been keeping count, you're like, okay, we're at 4 gens. You've only gotten 1. No. You have to do 8 gens. 8 survivors, 8 gens. Makes sense. He's coming somewhere. There he is. Okay. Here we go. When is he? Who's he? Is he committing at all? No, he's kicking. Oh, I'm revealed. Well. Oh, you're back. Oh, my goodness. What else? So, you've noticed, like, over there, that little white icon. There aren't hooks. If you're looking around this map, and you're like, there's certainly a deficit of steel and iron on this map. And the reason for that is there are not hooks, there are cages. They work exactly like Pyramid Head's cages. They look different. They're like entity claws. Well, in fact, you'll get a nice view of it now. That's what I get for taking my hand off my claws. This is what they look like. They're neat, but they function exactly the same as Pyramid Head cage. You stomp on them when you're on the ground, like you just saw. You appear like across the map. If they come too close to the cage, they will The cage goes like bloop into the ground and then bloop somewhere else, so they literally cannot face camp you. Like, you will disappear. I mean, obviously, like, if you have Huntress, you can proxy camp with a hatchet, but... like that. And that's why you should have taken me out of the cage when you were right there, buddy, but... What you're gonna do? 8 survivors, they're gonna do survivor-type things. Oh, well, we get to look at this beautiful hand some more. Isn't that lovely? Oh, Entity, what have you done with your nails? So what other differences are there I can talk about while I'm just sort of hanging around? Oh, exit gates. There are 3 of them, because obviously if there's only 2, with 2 killers, they could each just camp one. You'd never escape. So, 3 exit gates. When there are only 2 survivors left, there will be 3 hatches that spawn. Now, each hatch can only be used once, so you can't, like, run around as, like, the 2 survivors, find 1 hatch, both escape. That's not how it works. But yeah, there are 3 of them. So that's kind of cool. And that about does it for, I think, the basic differences of the game. 8 gens, 3 escapes, or 3 hatches, 3 doors, cages instead of hooks. That about sums up the, yeah, the gameplay differences we'll go with. Oh, come on, guys, gotta finish that. I'll start working on this door. Yeah. What else is there to talk about? Well... Oh, so I was talking... Actually, it's very interesting that we got a, You know what? I'm gonna just keep doing this. Because now he'll chase me away from the gate. Someone else can go and get it. Alright. Where are you? I can see you, buddy. That was not my gate. That is unfortunate. He coming here still? He is. Oh, oh, they all dipped. Well, she gets that one. Oh, I see that there. He's gonna catch me, but it won't be in a trap. Yeah, so what I was talking about, how it's not as one-sided as you might think. Because I've had a Trapper Nurse combo. And it, very much, I've had times when we got absolutely destroyed by them. Because the Trapper would set up traps in tall wall areas. And then the Nurse would obviously, like, she was a good nurse, so, like, the only way you were gonna get anywhere is if you tried to break line of sight. So without breaking line of sight, you're gonna have to stomp me, buddy. I will not be your bait. You can kill me, but you can't have my friends. And so yeah, there's one match where we were completely stomped. Then there's been another match. This one, we'll see if the other 2 people get out. But it was another case of they only got 1 kill, which, depending on if the nurse hits, there you go. You gotta do it. Oh, there. Oh, hey, she is right here. Nice. Now, the problem is I don't know where the gate is. But yeah, so I've had one where they got a single kill. This gate, we're okay. It is this gate. We are okay. Alright, well, yeah, whatever. That's what they... See, and there you go. So one time we got absolutely stomped by a Trapper Nurse because the Trapper was setting up around corners, the Nurse was pushing. And that time, you got 2 people who don't really know what they're doing. Everybody... That's a noob. That's actually a first for me. Everybody escaped. Well, I mean, assuming Michaela gets out. Yeah. Perfect escape. All 8 survivors out. So when I say that you might think the game is really one, like you see Nurse and you're like, oh man, it's a Nurse match. That doesn't mean anything. You don't know what you're gonna get jumping into these matches because it depends. How are your teammates? Are they gonna like rescue you? Are they gonna heal you? Are they gonna ignore you? How are the killers? For instance, nurses, there's been a lot of nurses because there's very few in fact, I'll show you. You only can choose between Trapper, Wraith, Hillbilly, Nurse, Huntress. So there's been a lot more nurses than normal, and of course a lot of those people aren't very good at nurse, which I'm not insulting, like, I'm terrible at nurse. If I wouldn't do any better as a nurse. Don't get me wrong. But so you have stuff like that where, you know, in this case, it's like, how well do the killers play themselves, and how well do they play against, or like with other people? Now that match, we got out because the Trapper got greedy and just didn't want to hook us, and so they couldn't focus on the other. Like, if they had just put me in a cage and gone off, they could have maybe killed someone, but he got greedy. I had another match where the nurse basically was tunneling me the whole time, almost the whole time, but she just wasn't a very good nurse, which again, I wouldn't be either. I'm not judging her, blaming her. But, you know, they got one kill, they're tunneling me with the nurse, so the other way to think about that is, it was a Trapper versus 6 survivors, like, so yeah, the game can go either way. Now, that we're out of the match, let me talk about loadouts. I promised I would. First of all 4 of these classes have the same 4th perk, the unlockable skill, which is essentially, it's when you're on your second cage state, like once you've been caged twice, you get self-care and unbreakable soul guard. So you can fully heal yourself without a med kit, and you can pick yourself up, and if you do get picked up, if you recovered at least 25% of your own stuff, you get endurance and haste. So, you know, you can't leave people slugged, which, you know, happened to me in this one, but, you know, they could leave me the Trapper could leave me slugged because I didn't get 2 hook states, so I couldn't pick myself up. So, you know, but it's to prevent that sort of thing, at least. But yeah, otherwise, 3 unique things per role. This is essentially the Looper. Well, I'll go over all the perks, of course, themselves, but the Escapist is the Looper, Guide is the Gen repair one, Medic is obviously healing, and Scout is information. So let's go over Escapist. Your team skill is that when you are sprinting, all survivors within 12 meters gain 150% haste for 3 seconds, and then it goes on cooldown. So it's a sort of like a sprint burst, give sprint burst to other people skill, which is nice. There's no exhaustion skills, so that's pretty cool. Your aura skill is that you get windows of opportunity, you see pallets, windows, breakable walls. And your innate skill is that you get 3% haste when you're injured. So, good for looping. Not my favorite, especially because of you essentially getting windows. You know how much I don't like running windows because it gets too cluttered on the screen. Guide, your gen repair, your class. When you repair a generator, reveals your aura and your generator's aura to your team, which is both nice because people come and help, but also because then you know where not to run if you're being chased. Your aura skill reveals the auras of any generators within 16 meters of you, whatever. They're all open maps. I don't think there's any indoor maps. Like, there's a decent amount of maps it can choose from, but there's no, like, you know, you're not going to get Hawkins, so this one is a sort of whatever. And then your innate skill is that survivors within 8 meters gain 3% bonus on great skill checks, and your noises caused by repairs are reduced 50%. So it's sort of like a prove thyself bardic inspiration combined with, is it technician that makes you quieter? I don't remember. There you go. There's your gen class. Your medic class. What you'd expect. When you heal another survivor, their aura is revealed to the team, so people know where to go to do double heals for faster healing, or where to not run, because you know someone's being healed there. And then if someone comes near you within 3 meters, survivors gain 25% bonus when healing others, but not if you're in chase. So, like, you can't, like, people can't be healing nearby with you looping the killer, like. Your aura skill reveals aura of injured survivors within 128 meters. Nice. And then your innate skill increases healing speed by 35%. Again, nice. So it's not, you know, as crazy as, you know, will make it. But, yeah, I like running medic just because, you know me, I like healing people and getting the team back to health. Finally, Scout. We were running with, because that was Jonah's default, so sure. Also pretty good. When a killer is within line of sight within 64 meters, their aura is revealed to the entire team. Very useful, very useful. I found that super useful, because then you know it's like, oh, there's a killer over there, there's a killer over there, I can keep working. Or, like, there's a killer over there, and oh, there's one right there, I should head out. So, very useful to have at least one scout in your team. Aura. Reveals the auras of both killers when they perform break action on pallets, generators, breakable walls. Again, useful. And then your innate skill, grunts of pain caused by injuries are reduced when you are crouching, increases movement speed while crouching. So it's like, not self-aware fixated, that's walking. Whatever. whatever the survivalist, urban evasion, whatever the crouching one is. That one I don't really care about. Like, these two are really great for the team. The whole medic thing is great for the team, and then the innate skill is pretty good for the team. So, like, I mean, obviously, if you're being chased and you're good at loops, Escapist is great because you'll keep the killer going and going. But, like, with 8 people, it's harder to get them to focus on you, even if you want their attention. So there you go. Those are the classes. Let's do another match, see how this one plays out. Well, before the match starts, let's also point out one thing. When you're in the loading thing, you can see who has picked what. So you can see right now we've got 3 escapists, 3 medics, 2 guys, no scouts. So even though I like doing medic, you know, let's switch to scout just so that someone on the team has the scout ability. So that's pretty also nice. I mean, you can see it if you look at this. Like, you can look at, like, okay, that's Sable Ward's scout. This one is a scout. Like, but it is nice that it just tells you, like, 3 of these, 2 of these, 3 of these, 0 of these. So you can pick, if you're doing solo queue, like me being, oh, no one is scout, maybe we should have some information perk. Alrighty. Sable my Babel at the Thompson house. And we're gonna start working right here. Because why not? Now, we don't know who our killers are yet. Since we're the only scout, we're only gonna know if they break something or if we get within line of sight. Then we can show everybody. And of course, that's not gonna work super well if it's like Wraith who's cloaked, but speaking of Wraith, I hear a Wraith uncloak. So that's one of them. Wraith Huntress. All right. Hello. Let me just look at you a little bit. Everyone can see that. So now people on the other side of the map, since I saw Huntress, they'll be able to see, oh, there's a Huntress over there. Okay. Okay, I'm about to say, interestingly, basically, I've never seen anyone be slugged when I was playing this before, and oh, hi. Oh, good, he had a laser focus. Not see me running right next to him. Don't worry, I'm coming, whoever you are. I don't remember. Meg. Meg, I'm coming. Oh, good. I was gonna say, I'd heal you faster, but I had to switch from medic because no one was scout. But then we got a medic anyway. Also, I have that outfit. It's the part of the new tome reward. I like it. It's really nice. I like the little... It counts! You might be wondering, like, what are you so excited? Liberator 1 out of 1? So I've actually finished all of the Survivor quests for the current event tome. So I've had to go to the just regular tome, and I got to a choke point in the tome where I had to get an unhook, like a safe unhook, and normally Pyramid Heads cages don't count for that, but apparently they do for these tome quests. They count as unhooks, so that is super nice. Super nice. What do we got? We got someone over there. No one going for that risk. Well, they just finished healing, so hopefully they'll do that. I have noticed, I'll just say, obviously playing with 8 survivors at a time, you get more people doing, you know, missed skill checks and all that sort of jazz. It's fine, it is what it is. But I've noticed people being super, like, selfish, which is weird because, like, we've got so many people to be, like, altruistic. By which I mean, like, when people are caged, like, right next to each other, you uncage someone and they will, like, crouch down and be like, heal me. Like, why not? You know that there's faster healing with 2 people. It's like, come with me, we'll go unhook this person, or uncage them, you know, and then double heal. Oh, here's another thing that's different, actually. There are a lot more pallets around the map than normal. Like, look, there's a pallet there and a pallet there. You probably saw that in the other match, but I didn't point it out. But yeah, there is a lot of pallets because, you know, there's a lot of people using them, lots of killers and lots of chases. Makes sense. But be careful because, like, you might be, like, running around here and you want to vault, but if you're right here as you're running, as I have discovered, she is coming. I don't know where the chase is going, but oh. Hello. Right there, apparently. She did commit. All right. Whee! Okay, bye. No one's dead yet, so I'm going to assume there is someone over there. Yeah, someone was over there. That is another problem with this match, is with 8 people, you're just like, oh, they're over there. I'm sure someone will go and get them. Yeah, you can't be sure of that. Like, for all you know, everyone else is, you know. Actually, I haven't been up yet, so I'm fine. Okay, yeah, that icon over there just means that we've been revealed. Oh, we're getting double chased now. They've had enough of my shenaniganery. We have to. Oh, okay. Doesn't matter. We'll take a hit. We're taking them away from another door so someone else can get that one. Yeah, this is sort of what I mean about, like, your killers and how well they're doing. They could be looking for people guarding, like, looking for the doors, and yet we got both people chasing me for a while. Look at that, door's open. And they haven't even downed me yet. So that's kind of one of the things about how well do the killers work together. No. I don't know if if they take a protection hit, I make this. Okay. Now, you do have to be very careful waiting at the edge like this, because unlike normal matches, like, you know, people like to wait at the end and be like, aha, you didn't, you know, like, waiting there, like, either to teabag if they're an asshole, or just to try and, like, buy time for their teammates. But because they don't have to pick you up, remember, like, so long as they get a little bit of time, they can just stomp you and you're automatically caged. So you do have to be very careful that if you're waiting, you have to wait so that you fall out, for sure. Is anyone left? There is someone left. There's a Lara Croft, a Meg, and a David. Yeah, I see him right there, but that's fine. He takes a hit, he's out. And they're both there. Yeah, so see, if both killers were here, they could have one person outside hit the person, the other person inside to follow up. Because, like, sure, when the Huntress takes a swing, she's got a recovery time. But the Wraith isn't in recovery, so Huntress hits, they run, Wraith downs them. But that's what happens when you don't work together. You need to be a team. Still, we'll give them the old GG for a good game, and that's what it's like as a survivor. I'm kind of glad that I got to show you 2 escapes. Don't get me wrong, I specifically said it was like 60-40. I'm not escaping most of these matches. I just got good matches for recording, I guess. You do die a lot. Don't get me wrong, you do die a lot, but don't be afraid of it. If you're like, oh, there's a nurse and a Huntress, we're gonna die. Not necessarily. Because the killers might not be good, and if the killers are good, they might not work well together. And then they just lose to numbers, sheer numbers. Ah, come on, you knew I was gonna do a killer match, but don't say I've never done anything for you. It took me 15 minutes to load in, like, before it found this match. So, all right, first what we're gonna do, we're gonna stick with our buddy. I'll give you all the killer stuff. We'll see. You know, all the perks and the like. But, okay. Hello. I'll show you all the perks and all that stuff later. Oh, nice. Look at that double team hit. Okay, someone's up there. But yeah, I'll go over all the perks afterwards, just like Survivor. But either way, I was helping out my buddy. That's the important part. Yeah, 15 minutes before it would load me into it. This is a thing where playing with a friend would really help if you could pair with another killer. That's fine. Ooh, can I cut her off? I mean, sure. I'll take you too. I'm not set on her. Oh, he tried. I thought she was still hiding. See, it's very chaotic from this side. Go ahead, drop it. Or don't. Which way did they go? There's just scratch marks everywhere. Hi. You know, let's see if there's anyone around before we go chasing off. Is anyone hiding, waiting for this? Oh, where'd he go? Oh, I thought he was gonna... Okay, he did loot back, just not the way I thought. Oh, 4. They've got 4 in a... hello. Or, we've... Yeah, no, 3. 3 gens. For 3 hooks. 4 hooks. I don't know what my buddy's doing over there, but hopefully he's doing well. Ooh, also good to know, you can run over Trapper's stuff as the killer. Bing. Bonk. Oh, all sorts of people here. Do so. Oh, he's got a med kit. I want to keep chasing him. As I said, yeah, you can't bring in an item, but you can get them from chests, so... can I help you? Like, I get you found a flashlight, so I guess you want to use it, but... like, you can't stop me from picking up or anything. Flashlights aren't as good. No, no. I see someone injured. Oh, I'm sorry. There we go. Trapper was setting up. We were making use of that. I can see you. I can smell you. There we go. Now we're getting some pressure on him. Alrighty. Oh. Well, I was gonna say, is anyone here? And I was gonna kick it to find out, but... yeah, we have to break this. There's way too many pallets to just ignore. Okay. Well, you're not who I wanted initially, but... I'll take it. Sure. Like, what are you gonna do? Pallet saver? That doesn't work. Ah. Oh, he is running right to Trapper. We're gonna... that's fine. Get it out. That is definitely one. There's you can't play around pallets in this mode just because there's so many. You just have to destroy them and let it be. I mean, obviously Trapper could set up traps to stop him from using them, but no. No. There you go. There you go. How about up here? Anyone working on this one? No, interesting. Oh, you can see people across the map if you kick a... oh. I thought it was just people around you that you'd see. Sort of like, nowhere to hide. Weird little camera whiff there. Where are you going, sir? Ah, you didn't fast vault. I'm sorry. Also, what's really fun is, if you look at the hook stages, A, because there's like a gajillion of them. Okay, sure. but it has the color of who hooked. Like, so one of the killers is colored red and the other is yellow. And now I've done most of the hooks, the cages. Yeah, that's fine. But you get some nice, especially if things were a little bit more evenly balanced, you get a nice little, like, red, yellow, like it's a Christmas light strung up. Or fairy lights if you're British, you know. Either way, you get some pretty colored lights. Isn't that what counts? And meanwhile, this guy's just like, no, I don't like dying. I think that's what counts. Alright, he's got that one. Let him get that little yellow light. Add it to the pile. Oh, that's what I thought there was a person. There was a cage. Okay, never mind. Sorry. I mean, not sorry. Like, hey, I'm trying to kill you. Like, I wasn't trying to, like, camp you out. It's just... It's just I heard someone going, ugh, and I thought someone was coming to rescue the other person. When in actual fact, it was just double cage. Nick Cage. Oh, we're gonna give him the old pincer maneuver. We don't even need to give him the old pincer maneuver. They got this. Now, there was someone up there, so I'm at... Sure, we'll get you. I was gonna say, I'm assuming that there is, people working on that gen, but... I'd be like, aha, he turned in a circle and ran and hit the... I did that so many times. I don't judge you, man. I've done it, too. I see you. Oh, okay. They're being brave. Hi. All right, fine. That bush was getting in my way. Where are you going? Now, I know that there is a trapper trap in one of these. So I kind of want to push her that direction. You want that one? There you go. We can each take one. Share and share alike. Where are you going, Feng Min? It's time that you die. You lost me. Good job, you. There you are. A little bit of pop. You're playing awfully risky with this. Maybe you don't know that the trapper can see you. That's one of my perks. He knows exactly where you are. No, this is my shack. Get your own. Stupid camera. Get your own. Now, going into the corner doesn't work as well, since obviously you don't need to bring him to a hook, but it does still waste my time. Oh. And there we get a perfect ring of lights. Everybody die. Oh, hey, apparently I had a daily, too, while we're at it. Cool. I'll take that. 6 survivors to a cage. Well, we did that. We did that indeed. Okay, now let me go over the killer perks. Just, you know, the videos I'm sure on YouTube going to be getting kind of long at this point. But just so you're like, oh, but what does each killer do? Because, you know, obviously the killers are going to play differently. They each have their own special perks. So unlike survivors, you have, 4 classes to choose from. You know, each killer has one set of perks, and that's it. You want different perks? Play a different killer. Yeah, right there. Skills cannot be changed directly. Change your killer to get different skills. The Trapper. his team skill, when a bear trap is placed or reset, both killers gain 150% haste. So it's like the thing where when he puts a thing down, he gets haste, but your teammate gets it. So, like, there is no reason not to put traps down. Oh, when you're within 16 meters of the bear trap. Not like, you can't be across the map, but... Innate skill, the trapper cannot be caught in his bear trap, so it's like the one add-on that, I mean, you all know that, what, wrappings or something like that. And increases the bear trap setting speed, increases the time required to escape. So it's just like a bunch of add-ons rolled into one. Start with 4 traps, increase the maximum number of carried traps to 4, 8 traps found on the map. His killer skill, upon entering a chase, the targeted survivors are revealed for 5 seconds or until the killer is within 16 meters. Wraith has that too. And then his other killer skill, after attacking or kicking a generator, all survivors within 20 meters are revealed for 5 seconds, increases regression speed by 200%. Oh, so that's why we saw him across the map, because Wraith also has that one. So it's sort of like a nowhere to hide plus a, what am I thinking? It's the Sadako perk. It's like the eye looking, like I just can't think of the name. That's all right. We don't need to know the name. Moving on. Wraith, his team skill, one cloaked within 16 meters of your teammate, they will gain undetectable as well. So that's why I was sort of hanging with Trapper at the beginning until we found some people to go after, just because it helps keep you stealthy, but then also your killer partner stealthy, and you can get the drop on some people. So that's nice. Increase the cloaking and uncloaking speed, increases movement speed while cloaked. Again, add-ons rolled into one. And then the 2 killer skills, the same as Trapper's. When entering a chase, the survivor is revealed for 5 seconds or until the other killer gets within 16 meters, just so, like, you can't pinpoint them just because you get into a chase, but your teammate knows, like, oh, wow, they might need help with this guy. Or they can make, oh, that's where that guy is, I'm going to do my own thing. And then again, kick it, 20 meters, 5 seconds, 200% regression. Hooray for us. Oops. Hillbilly. Your team skill... so here's the thing. The Hillbilly, it might say in one of these, but the Hillbilly does not insta-down with his chainsaw, because that would just be too powerful. So if you hit someone with a chainsaw, it only injures, it does not insta-down. However, when you're in a chainsaw sprint, survivors within 10 meters suffer from exposed until the sprint ends. So if you start sprinting, even though you can't insta-down them, your teammate can. Your innate skill, increase the sprint turn, decrease cooldown after hitting obstacles, does not automatically trigger dying state. That's what it is. No insta-downs with it. Killer skill upon entering a chase. Okay, so that's the same, and so maybe everyone has the 2 killer skills. I don't know. I haven't looked at all the killers yet, as you can see, so we'll see if that's the case. These look different, but they're not. Okay. So I guess killer skill, both the same. Nurse gets an additional blink while within 16 meters of your teammate. The additional blink is lost when out of range. So, like, you get your little triple blink business, but only if you're working as a team. You can't just, like, zoom across the map and do your own thing. That. Let's go over it, shall we? Increase the length of blink attack lunges by 30%, increase reach by 30% with each consecutive blink, decrease the duration of blink fatigue by 7%, teleporting within 1 meter of survivor causes them to scream, decrease fatigue from chain blinks by 65%, increase movement speed during a chain blink by 30%, increase the duration of the chain blink window by 0.2 seconds, decrease fatigue from missing special attacks by 0.5 seconds. It's a lot of add-ons rolled into one, that's all. And then Huntress, yep, same 2 killer skills, and then so her special ones are injuring a survivor with a hatchet, inflicts revealed for 5 seconds, so you snipe them across the map, and then your teammate's like, all right, I gotcha, downs them. And then her roll them all into one thing is start with 3 additional hatchets, increase the movement speed when you're out of hatchets, decrease reload time, decrease cooldown between throws, increase movement speed during windup. There we go. There are the killers. There are the survivors. Go, frolic, have fun, be merry. Just know, if you want to play killer, this one really helps to have a friend so that the 2 of you can go into a lobby together, and then it just looks for 8 survivors, because as I said, playing as a single killer in solo queue, 15 minutes. 15. And I don't mean that like as a like rhetorically, or like I'm exaggerating for fun, like, you know, this is hyperbole. No, like I counted on my clock. It was 15 minutes. I mean, okay, maybe not to the second, but like in terms of 15 minutes to the dot. Survivor, if you want to play solo queue Survivor, it takes no time at all. Here. You want to play Survivor? Boop. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's a little faster for a Survivor. Kind of zoned out here between a bear and a nurse place.